Today is March 21st. In God I trust. I am not afraid. What a great phrase. In fact, the first part of that phrase, in God we trust, is minted on our coins here in America. Let's finish the story of the demoniac in Gerasene. And let's read something from the Old Testament where that phrase occurs. Mark chapter 5, verses 14 to 20. The swineherds, the swine had just been possessed by the legion of demons that came out of the demon-possessed man. And they committed suicide. They rushed down the hill and dove into the lake. The swineherds ran off and told it in the city and in the country. The people came to see what it was that had happened. They came to Jesus and saw the man possessed by demons sitting there, clothed and in his right mind, the very man who had had the legion, and they became frightened. Those who had seen what had happened to the man possessed by demons and to the swine reported it. Then they began to beg Jesus to leave their neighborhood. As he was getting into the boat, the man who had been possessed by demons begged him that he might be with him, but Jesus refused and said to him, "Go home to your own people. Tell them how much the Lord has done for you and what mercy he has shown you." And he went away and he began to proclaim in the Decapolis how much Jesus had done for him. And everyone was amazed. Well, the keepers of the swine run to the city. They tell the city what's happened. 2,000 pigs had just died. This was a massive blow to that town's economy. The people come. They see the demoniac sitting, clothed, controlled, in his right mind, and they see the dead bodies of the swine in the lake, and they're afraid. Remember, this passage is all about fear. What does fear do in the minds of the village people? It doesn't lead them to accept Jesus. Instead, they reject him. "Get out of here," they say. Jesus begins to comply. The man asks to go with Jesus. Basically, he says, "There's nothing for me here. These people hate me." Jesus says, "No, you stay. Tell everybody what's happened." And he does. I am not afraid. Psalm 56 tells us, I am not afraid. Let's read Psalm 56. Stick around afterwards. We'll talk about it.
Psalm 56, New Revised Standard Version. To the leader, according to the dove afar off terebinths, of David, a Mikram, when the Philistines seized him in Gath. Be gracious to me, O God, for people trample on me. All day long foes oppress me, my enemies trample on me all day long, for many fight against me. O Most High, when I am afraid, I put my trust in you. In God, whose words I praise, in God I trust, I am not afraid. What can flesh do to me? All day long they seek to injure my cause. All their thoughts are against me for evil. They stir up strife, they lurk, they watch my steps as they hoped to take my life. Do not deliver them for any reason. In wrath cast down the peoples, O God. You have kept count of my tossings, put my tears in your bottle. Are they not in your record? Then my enemies will retreat in the day when I call. This I know, that God is for me. In God, whose word I praise, in the Lord, whose word I praise. In God I trust, I am not afraid. What can a mere mortal do to me? My vows to you I must perform, O God. I will render thank offerings to you, for you have delivered my soul from death and my feet from falling, so that I may walk before God in the light of life.
So did you pick up that phrase that we began this devotional with? Verse 3, O Most High, interesting, Most High God. When I am afraid, I put my trust in you. I am not afraid. I will trust in God. That happens in verse 3. In verse 11, you have, in God I trust. I am not afraid. Same phrase. So what's the difference here? Well, look at verse 4. In God I trust, I'm not afraid. Faith and fear are opposites. That is what Mark is getting at. Don't fear, because fear can be an obstacle to your faith. So what do? A couple of days ago, you made a list of things that you feared. Take that list today. Read back over it. Take it to the Lord. Show him your list. Ask him to take care of it. Scripture reading from the New Living Translation by Emily Herrera. If you like what you heard today, share it with your friends.